Tina. Today I'm going to be making English pear and blackberry crumble. Now this is a traditional English recipe that I am adjusting to make it salt, oil, and sugar-free. So let's see how it goes, okay? So what we're going to start with today is 4 large pears, peeled and chopped. I couldn't find large at the grocery, so I have 5 small ones. 1 cup or 1 pint of blackberries, minus the 2 I ate. Half a cup of applesauce, and here's a tip. If you buy these little packages, they're exactly half a cup in their little individual servings. So I always have a package of these for baking. 1/4 cup of maple syrup, and I use the Log Cabin all natural, and I make sure I just have a GMO free. 1 cup of rolled oats, 1/4 cup of nuts of your choice. I'm using black walnut. You can use pistachios. That's what the traditional recipe calls for. Some cinnamon and some cardamom, because cardamom is very English, in case you didn't know. So what we're going to do so that we don't use any sugar is I'm actually going to cook these pears down in a little bit of water over medium heat. And I'm going to do that for about 10 minutes. And then I'll drain the water off as needed, because I'm going to use the maple syrup to sweeten this. So I'm just going to put these into a medium pan on the stove. We're going to cover it with water and cook them down. Now the traditional recipe, of course, would call for just cooking these down in sugar, but we're not going to do that. We're just covering them in water. I'm going to cook those for about 10 minutes on medium heat. Now cook those pears for 10 minutes on medium heat, then bring it to a boil and add your blackberries. And then we're just going to boil that for 5 minutes. All right, so now I've boiled that for 5 minutes with the blackberries in. Then I removed the water that I cooked it in. Now I'm going to add 1/4 cup maple syrup to sweeten. And then just stir it around like so. And then we're going to put this in an 8x8 pan. And I'm using silicone, so I don't have to worry about it sticking. You can put it in a regular metal pan with parchment paper lining or a glass pan. And I always put my silicone on top of a pan because they're real flimsy and it's hard to take out of the oven. So just put this mixture right in. Like so. Now for our crumble, I've got just a small bowl, 1 cup of oats, 1/2 cup of applesauce, now the original recipe calls for butter and flour. We don't want to use that, do we? Now, if you've paid attention to my channel, you know I don't make desserts. And the reason why I don't make desserts is I'm a sugar addict, and I can't say no. because even if I'm in recovery, I'm still a sugar addict, which means at any time I can fall off that wagon. So I don't put those temptations in front of me. If I do, they're not real sweet. It's small amounts, and I don't keep them around long, okay? So back to this. We've got 1 cup of oats, half a cup of applesauce, which I'm making this gluten-free. I could have used flour, but let's keep the flour out and use the oats. Then I'm going to add 1 teaspoon, a small teaspoon of cardamom, and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. And I'm going to mix this up until it's crumbly. And it says to use your fingers, but I'm going to try and use the spoon and not have to put my fingers through there. Because it says to just keep it crumbly, not really mix it. So let's see what we can do to keep it broken up. Now, the original traditional English recipe calls for pistachios, but we need our walnuts for our omega-3s. Now, pistachios probably do have it as well, but Dr. Greger at nutritionfacts.org says that we should eat walnuts every day. So let's add walnuts instead. Plus, I got them on sale. And that should keep this nice and crumbly. And let's scoot our mess over. How do you like my new tea cozy? Isn't that cute? Hubby got that for me today. So we're going to take our fruit and put the crumbles on top. Now this recipe will be in my cookbook. And that's why we're trying this recipe out today, even though I try to stay away from desserts. See what sacrifices I make for you guys? This is all for you. Can't put a recipe in the cookbook without trying it out. And even though in theory my conversion should work, I want to be sure. And that worked really well without having to stick my fingers in there. I lost a little bitty piece. And that's how it looks. Now I'm going to put this in the oven for 30 to 40 minutes at 350 degrees. And I'll let you know what it looks like when it comes out. All right, 30 minutes was exactly perfect for that. And I pulled it out and let it cool down a little bit so that I can pull it out and show you what it looks like. I've had problems with crumbles before, just getting too hard on the top and kind of burning in my tiny little oven, but this one didn't. It came out perfect. Let's give it a little taste. Yep, nailed it. All right, guys, this one will be in the book. Have a good day.